going on, everybody? This is Rob with CinemaBullyZ. Today I'm going to talk about the American Pocket Bully and the American Extreme Bully. So, over the past, few years since they got rid of the extreme class, a lot of these extreme dogs ended up in the pocket class, some of them in the standard class. Now, I'm not saying that it's necessarily a bad thing when it comes to the breed, but at a competing standpoint, I mean, for the pocket class, it's definitely a little over-exaggerated when you have an extreme American Bully going against a pocket American Bully. Because if you look up most standards of the pocket American Bully, an adult male should weigh around 65 to 70 pounds in most standards if you look up online. So, you get these pocket bullies that weigh, that are extreme, that weigh 80, 90, 100 pounds or more. There's a couple issues with that. I mean, especially from a competing standpoint, you got a dog that fits the class, that is, proportionate, correct, fits the breed standard, and then it goes against a dog that is more bullier, short, like the pocket American Bully, but does not really fit the breed standard when it comes to what an American pocket bully is supposed to look like. So, I mean, I'm not mad or complaining about it, but you got a lot of people that will be mad and complain about it, and definitely think that it's not right that their dog's in the ring with a dog double its size because of it's technically a different breed type of dog. So, like I said, in the standard class, it's not that big of a deal because some of these standards weigh 100 pounds. 80, 90, 100 pounds, 110 pounds. So then an extreme going against them isn't that big of a deal because it's even. They're same size dogs. The extremes might be a little bit wider, but they still hold the same amount of mass, density, big heads, bone, all that stuff matches up. So what I'm getting at is, everybody that wants to breed toward this extreme type of dog, you're not breeding to the standard, just so you guys know. I mean, I know you guys don't care. Most people don't care. But when you got a 100-pound dog that's supposed to weigh 65 to 70 pounds, you're going to end up, with issues. I mean, you wonder why these extreme dogs die so young. I mean, you're putting an extra 30, 40 pounds on a dog that should weigh, 60, 70 pounds, and then you wonder why it dies at 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. So, that goes back to, one of my older videos about, heart issues. Just like a human. Why do you think these big guys that are 7 foot tall, 400 pounds, only live to be, 45, 50 years old? Most of them. Because their heart can't handle all that weight. And it's just not strong enough to last for, 70, 80 years, like if it was on a, normal person that's, 6 foot, 180, 200 pounds. So, same thing with dogs. They're a mammal. They ain't much different than us. I mean, yeah, they're a dog. They have hair and stuff like that, but they are a mammal. They're the same, internal organs as us. Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure they have all the same internal organs. They might not, but close to. But, same goes for a dog. You put too much weight on a dog, all its joints, its tendons, its ligaments, its breathing, its heart, like I said, it's overworking. therefore causing other problems, stress, anxiety, breathing problems. Then you got the soft palates, in these bigger dogs, these extreme dogs. So all I'm saying is to, for people that claim to have pockets and you have this and have that, be correct about what you talk about, because your dog might not be a pocket. It might be an extreme, or you can just say extreme pocket because of its height, but it's not a pocket. The ABKC should bring back the extreme class and have a strict standard for it, so then it clears up the pocket class and the actual standard class. Because then you have, like I said, these over-exaggerated dogs with these over-exaggerated features, going against dogs that are supposed to fit the standard of what it's supposed to be. So, not to mention, you get these extreme dogs that are pocket-sized, and you wonder how they got them. They bred extremes to pockets. An extreme dog was more of a standard type dog, was taller, wide ass chest, big head, longer rear. So, and you wonder why these pockets, that are extreme have these high rears, because they got straight stifles, cow-hocked. They have, from the straight stifles, they got terrible angulation, which is why you see these people stretch their dogs out, 6, 8, 10 inches behind their butt. I mean, any real ABKC judge is going to not place a dog like that. I don't care how bully it is, or, whatever the case might be. Because a real ABKC judge is going to look at the standard of the dog and what it's supposed to look like. So, I watched an old video, and my boy told me about it first, but I checked it out. And Dave Wilson states that a dog's chest width from shoulder to shoulder should equal its height. Or no, that's chest to chest. Yeah, shoulder to shoulder should equal the same as their back length. I correct myself. So, if your dog is, 18 inches wide from shoulder to shoulder, its back should be at most 18 inches long. So, then you get these extreme dogs that are, 24 inches wide, and then have a 28-inch long back. There's something wrong with that. I mean, you're not really breeding to the standard. You're not making the correct dogs that we're supposed to be making. So, I just don't agree with how these, so-called breeders are doing what they're doing. I mean, yeah, it's all about money. I mean, we all know that. We all get that. But at the same time, what about the health and longevity of the breed? Like, everyone's just forgetting about that part. And they wonder why the vets are going to start shunning us with our bully breed type dogs, and, they're not going to be helping you. Then that's going to cause a whole nother issue, because, what are we going to do? These dogs need a lot of attention, especially from the breeding standpoint, which I'll be making a video about that, after this. But, these dogs are high maintenance type dogs. I mean, they need special care. They need to have, special antibiotics, vitamins, minerals, be checked out yearly. I mean, I know most of these people, watching this, probably don't get their dogs checked out ever. I mean, when was the last time you guys took your dogs to the vet? Other than to breed it. I take all my dogs once a year to my vet to get health evaluated, and make sure that they're breathing okay, that their palates are okay, that their hearts sound good, that there's no murmurs, or even a thought of a murmur. So, and that's what you should do. But back to my topic of, the American pocket bully and the American extreme. you know, ABKC should bring back the extreme class. And then you'll have 5 best of winners in the show ring for the breed instead of 4. So it increase revenue for them, open up another class, and then we can see what the extremes are really about, you know, when they're in the ring with dogs that are correct. So I hope this clarifies, you know, the difference between the extremes and the pockets, because, you know, like I said, I'm tired of seeing people saying their dog's a pocket when it's an extreme. Know the difference. Pockets, smaller built, you know, 60, we'll say 60 to 80 pounds a pocket should be. Like now that the breed's further along, 60 to 80 pounds. Correct. Muscle, you know, good angulation, good top line, you know, clean feet, nice big head, all that stuff, you know, that's what it's supposed to be. The extremes, wide chest, over-exaggerated bone, muscle, thickness, you know, should have good angulation in the rear. I've seen very few that do. Good movement. You know, all that's like the good movement, pockets usually have. And, you know, bone, some pockets have it, some don't. But that's when you get it like through with the over-exaggerated features of the dogs. And by doing, you know, right by the breed, you know, you want to pick out, you know, dogs through your dog's lineage and find out what traits you want to bring forth going forward in your program. And that's how you get the over-exaggerated features while staying correct. So I'll be making a video on that also. But until then, hope this helped you guys out, and, you know, knowing the difference between an American pocket bully and an American extreme bully. Any comments, you know, concerns, or something I said wrong, or if you can rebuttal whatever I said, you know, drop them below. I'd like to hear from you guys, and I just have open conversation about the subject. So until then, take care. Hope to hear from you guys later.